set. Good evening. Thank you, Dominic, and congratulations on winning it once again. Thank you very much for inviting me to the Cuyahoga Valley Republican meeting. This is my second meeting, and my first meeting I met a nice gentleman named Marty, who I don't see here today. And as I make my rounds in the Ward Club meetings, the people have been so kind. Dennis Tidmore, who's from the Southeast Republican, has been so very sweet to me, to the point where I am going to be at his table for the Lincoln dinner. Anyways, if you've already heard my little background, you're going to hear it again. I grew up in Maple Heights. I went to Brush High. I attended Baldwin Wallace College, and then I went on to law school at Cleveland Marshall. What I really want to do is, I'm a guardian ad litem in juvenile court. As a guardian ad litem, what I do is I do a thorough investigation of the children. I am on the board currently. I am an officer. And what we do is we report to the court what we feel is in the best interest of the children. So I've been in home visits from Bay Village to East Cleveland, and what I can tell you is that some of the homes are perfectly suitable and perfectly lovely, and other of them are not fit for our children. They're not fit for the adults, but at that point I don't care. What I care about is how do we protect the children. So what I do is I make an evaluation, I do a full investigation, and then I report to the court. They make a recommendation as to whether the child should be removed or should remain in the home with services placed in it. I am a founding partner of Bartos and Rini Law Firm. As some of you may know, I live in Lyndhurst, Ohio, but my practice is in Rocky River. I always hit juvenile court on my way out, and then I come to Rocky River. So I cross the bridge quite a bit. I know Cuyahoga County very, very well. My firm concentrates in juvenile and on family issues because it's the most important court there is in Cuyahoga County. It's a court that teaches our children. It teaches our children when their parents fail to do so. It teaches our children the difference between retribution and rehabilitation. And there's three types of cases. There's the abuse, neglect, dependency docket when the parent fails to provide for the child, whether it's through their fault or someone else's fault. There is the delinquencies, and we all had teenagers, so we all know that that's a borderline thing regardless. But some of the delinquencies, we want to make them make better choices. We don't want them to wind up being 18 years old and being in front of Judge Parker or Judge McClellan, because my job as judge will be to try and get them the services they need so they will not be repeat offenders. And the third is private custody. Now, I realize that we don't know anyone that ever had a baby out of wedlock, but if you do, they would come to juvenile court because the father would have to establish parentage so that he would have rights. So I'm also an attorney that tries many, many cases. I am very good at what I do. And as an attorney that tries cases, I will not settle just for the sake of settling. I want to make the prosecution do their job and do it correctly to the letter of the law. We had a county prosecutor that was not fair. He was not honest. And now we're going to have a new one. Unfortunately, none of us here can vote in that race, but it's important. It's important to attorneys. What I'd like to do is ask for your vote. And as Ken Spanico would say, not only ask for your vote, but ask for your husband's vote, your wife's vote, your children's vote. I have palm cards, and I'm having my first fundraiser on Monday, January 30th. If you'd like to come, I have complimentary tickets. I would love to have you. Thank you, Dom.